Story begins. On a warm December afternoon, the school ground buzzed with excitement. It was the start of sports day practice, and students from every class were scattered across the field. Among them were two ninth graders who had never really noticed each other before, Arav and Mira. Arav stood near the track, adjusting his shoelaces, preparing for the 200-meter race. Mira, on the other hand, was practicing for the relay nearby. Their first interaction was simple and almost accidental. Mira dropped her water bottle while rushing past, and Arav quickly picked it up. "Hey, you dropped this," he said, handing it over. "Thanks," she smiled, slightly out of breath. That small moment turned into something more over the next few days. Practice sessions became longer, and breaks became more interesting. They started sitting near each other, first out of coincidence, then by choice. Conversations that began with "which event are you in" slowly turned into talks about favorite subjects, teachers, and even silly classroom moments. Arav found himself waiting for practice, not just for the race, but to talk to Mira. Mira, too, noticed how the ground felt a little less tiring when Arav was around. They laughed easily, shared snacks, and cheered for each other during trials. Sports day came and went, and life returned to normal. Without daily practice, they stopped seeing each other as often. They'd pass in corridors sometimes, exchanging quick smiles, but nothing like before. Weeks later, the school announced a picnic. The excitement was back, but for Arav and Mira, it meant something more. On the day of the picnic, the bus ride was loud and full of energy. Students sang songs, played games, and shouted over each other. Arav spotted Mira sitting by the window, her hair slightly messy from the wind. "Seat taken?" he asked. She looked up, surprised but happy. Not anymore. That day felt different. Without the rush of practice, they had time, real time. They walked together, explored the place, clicked pictures, and shared stories they hadn't told anyone else. They talked about dreams, fears, and little things that mattered to them. Arav spoke about wanting to do something big in life, though he wasn't sure what yet. Mira shared how she loved writing but was too shy to show her work to others. At one point, they sat quietly under a tree, watching their classmates run around. The silence wasn't awkward. It felt comfortable. "I miss talking to you," Arav said, almost casually. Mira smiled, looking down at her hands. "Me too." There was something new in the air, something they didn't fully understand but could definitely feel. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It was soft, like a quiet realization. They didn't say anything more about it. They didn't need to. As the sun began to set and it was time to leave, they walked back to the bus together. This time, sitting side by side felt natural, like it had always been that way. They laughed, shared earphones, and watched the sky change colors through the window. Nothing was officially said, no promises were made, but something had definitely begun. A simple, genuine connection that started on a school ground and grew stronger on a picnic day. The days after the picnic felt unusually quiet. Mira walked into school the next morning with a small, unspoken excitement, hoping to see Arav again. Maybe near the corridor, maybe in the playground, or even just a quick glance from across the classroom blocks. But he wasn't there. She told herself it was nothing. Maybe he's just late, she thought. But he didn't come that day, or the next. By the second day, the absence started to feel heavier. The places where they used to meet, the corner near the water cooler, the bench near the ground, felt strangely empty. Mira found herself looking around more often than usual, hoping to spot him somehow. Her friends noticed something was off. "Why are you so quiet these days?" one of them asked. "Nothing, just tired," Mira replied, brushing it off. But deep down, she knew she was worried. What if something's wrong? What if he's okay, but just doesn't want to talk anymore? Her thoughts kept running in circles. On the third day, as she walked into school with the same heavy feeling, she saw him. Arav, standing near the classroom door, talking to a friend like everything was normal. For a second, she just stood there, almost frozen.
Relief rushed through her, followed quickly by a hint of annoyance. Without thinking much, she walked up to him. "Where were you?" she asked, a little more sharply than she intended. Arav looked surprised, then smiled slightly. "I wasn't well, had a fever, couldn't come." Mira's expression softened instantly. "You could have at least told me," she said, quieter now. "I know, I'm sorry," he replied. "I didn't have your number." There was a small pause, but this time it wasn't awkward. It felt like something had shifted. From that day, things became different between them. Stronger. They started finding more reasons to be around each other. Lunch breaks became their favorite part of the day. Instead of sitting with their usual groups, they'd quietly meet somewhere, a corner of the ground, near the staircase, or sometimes just outside the classroom. Sometimes one of them would say, "I'm going to the washroom," and the other would follow a minute later. It became their little unspoken excuse to spend a few extra minutes together. They talked about everything and nothing at the same time. Random jokes, class gossip, future dreams, and even comfortable silences where just being there was enough. There was no label, no big confession, no promises, but the way they looked for each other in a crowd, the way their mood changed just by talking for a few minutes, it said everything they couldn't put into words. They didn't need to define it. They just knew they liked being together. And for now, that was more than enough. I just hope you guys are loving the story. Let's see what happens next, whether they confess their feelings or not. For that, stay connected. Part 3 will be coming very soon. I just had one question in my mind. Do I really have someone would really have experienced this type of connection with anyone, and that too during school days? I mean, just by meeting on ground and sharing some glances and thoughts? Please let me know if yes or not. The days passed, but now everything felt different. What Arav and Mira shared was still unnamed, but it had quietly become a part of their everyday life. It wasn't just about meeting anymore, it was about needing those moments. Every morning, their eyes searched for each other without even trying. If one of them was late, the other noticed. If one of them seemed off, the other understood. It had become that natural. One afternoon during lunch break, Mira was waiting near their usual spot by the staircase. Arav was late. She kept looking at the corridor, pretending not to, but her eyes gave her away. Finally, he showed up, slightly out of breath. "Sorry, got stuck with the teacher," he said. Mira tried to act normal. "I wasn't even waiting." Arav smiled. "Yeah, I can see that." They both laughed, but there was something else hidden in that moment, a quiet truth they were both avoiding. That same day, while walking back to class, Arav casually asked, "Do you ever think this is weird?" Mira looked at him. "What?" "Us, like this," he said, a little unsure. There was a pause. "Not weird," she replied softly, "just different." He nodded, but didn't say anything more, because deep down, both of them knew different meant something. Days turned into weeks. Their small washroom excuses continued. Their lunch breaks were still theirs. But now, along with comfort, there was also a slight nervousness, like something important was waiting to be said. One day, after school, it started raining heavily. Students rushed to the gate, calling parents, opening umbrellas, running through puddles. Mira stood under the shade, waiting. Arav noticed her from a distance and walked over. "Didn't bring an umbrella?" he asked. She shook her head. He looked at the rain, then back at her. "Let's just wait." So they stood there, side by side, watching the rain fall. No rush, no words for a while. After a few minutes, Mira said quietly, "You know, I don't like it when you're not in school." Arav turned to look at her, surprised. "I mean, it just feels weird," she added quickly, trying to cover it up, but it was too late. He had already understood. "Same," he said softly. That one word carried everything they hadn't said till now. The rain slowed down, but neither of them moved immediately. For the first time, the silence between them wasn't just comfortable, it was full of meaning. They didn't confess, they didn't make anything official, but something had changed again. Now, it wasn't just about liking each other's company, it was about not wanting to imagine their days without it. I hope you guys must be waiting and really enjoying the story.